So this is the continuation of the JavaScript executor. So in our last session, we covered click action using JavaScript executor. So this is the syntax, how to create object for the JavaScript executor. And here we have stored element to web element, and the this is the basically this is the command. Okay, this is the script we have to use for clicking purpose. So JS, the object of the JavaScript executor dot execute script, and this is the argument 0 dot click, and this is like case sensitive, so there is no modification. It should be exactly what here you see. Okay, and we'll perform the click action on this particular element.
In argument, it
So
should always be zero, or can it be any other number?
yeah, always be 0. Correct. It can't be modified or changed.
Okay.
Now we'll refresh refresh the browser, refresh the browser, you know, window or page, how to do with the JavaScript executor. So one line command, this is JS. JS means our object of JavaScript executor. Dot will say execute script, execute script, and within the this bracket we have to just pass the argument. So the argument is history dot go, and within the bracket we have to mention 0. That's it, and statement complete. So this line will refresh the browser. Okay, so let me do this. So for the time being, I'm just commenting out this one, clicking one, and let's run. So it is refreshing. You can see here, it's just refresh. So this is the use of a refresh one. Okay, let me just close it. Okay, so third one is get domain name. How to get the domain name? So for domain name, we have to say, we have to store in a string domain, for example, equal to js dot execute script, and here within the parameter you have to write return document dot domain. So this is how we have to write, and colon. So we're converting to string and statement complete. So same thing we'll store as a print statement. So this is domain. So let me again comment this one. So now we'll be, because of this line of code, we'll get the domain name. So return document dot domain colon bracket end, and we're converting to string, and we're getting the print of domain. Let's run it again. Okay, let's go here and you can see this is my domain name. We are getting for line number 25. This is what the domain name. Now I'm again closing this. Okay, now I'm also commenting. We'll see the next one. To get the title, get title name. So for this, again, we have to store to a string. String, this is my object. This is my variable I'm storing. Title equal to js dot execute script. And here I'm saying again, return. So it's almost common. Return document dot. Here we'll just, instead of domain, we'll just put title. That's it. So here we have to convert to string. Now we'll again do the print for the title. Now if I run this line of code, then I will get the title of the URL. Okay, I'm just closing this page. Now you see this is the title of the testing controls UI automation demo site. This is how we get the title using JavaScript executor. Now get URL name. So how to do that? Again, we'll store to string, and this is the variable string URL equal to js dot execute script. And here we again mention, we'll just copy this line till document dot, and here just use a URL. That's it. And we are storing to string. Again, we are doing print for URL. Okay, now let's run again. And here you saw one difference between domain. Let me let me go here. So what happened? Okay, let's run it everything. Okay, so now I'm closing this one. I'm going here. So this is the URL. So one thing you might notice here, domain, after that this semicolon I have not used. So semicolon is optional, okay? But if you want to use, there is no harm, but it's optional. You can either use semicolon after title or domain, but like best practice, we should use. Okay. So this is the URL, get URL. Okay. Now, I suppose this is my complete URL, and these are the all the information. So I want to draw a border around any like web element. Okay. For example, I want to draw a border on this action complete. So how to do that using JavaScript execution, that we'll see. So border around web element. Okay, web element or web some table, something you if you want to do any border, then how to do it. So for this, we'll say again JS, the object of JavaScript executor, then execute script, and within the double quote, we have to mention arguments, then 0 dot style dot border equal to, so here we have to mention the pixel size. Okay, 3 pixel solid, suppose red, green, anything, any color, suppose green, we want green. Okay, and again this comma. Now what we have to do, we have to say T. So this is line of code. For example, any element. So I will create one element. For example, web element T equal to driver dot find element y dot xpath, and here I will mention the xpath. Okay. Now I have to find out one element. For example, this create new, right? Or find. Let's take find only. This is my find. Okay. So find by button. Submit is also fine. Let's go with submit. So input bracket start, the rate, height, and that is our local find button. Okay. Now this is what we have written. Now let's run it. Okay. So in this case, we have just written the locator, right? So we have not performed any click action. For example, I simply go with the Selenium, for this click. Once it's clicked, right, it should create the border. Okay, at the same time. Okay, now let's do it. Okay, it didn't work, right? So yeah, let me show you what is the issue. Running, let's see. Okay, because why it didn't work? Because we have mixed Selenium method along with JavaScript executor. So here what I'm going to do is I am use I'm going to use this one. Okay, this one I'm going to use. So here we have a click, right? This one is basically for click on this particular action for click method. So we will use this object element. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's just remove this line of code, and here instead of D, we'll just pass this one. Okay, and let me see again the syntax arguments. If your your statement is incorrect, then it will not going to work. So again, you see my statement is typo error. Have you noticed?
You have to remove that semicolon. I think.
No, not regarding semicolon. So now it's argument. Earlier it was argument. Okay.
Oh, yeah, spelling
So now
mistake.
you see this is arguments dot styles dot border equal to 3 pixel solid green. Then this is colon, and after colon we have to end this one. Okay, and this one because we took last time the this object also, this variable also within the double quote. Okay, so just you know check twice before you write program. Okay, this should be work. This should work now. Let's run it. One second. One second. Let's do for this find one. This is find one. We copy this. Not going to use this one because it's a for create new, so it is going to different page. So find one will not work in this case. So what we are going to do is we're going to create another element one this time, put it one, and here we'll say driver dot find element by dot xpath. Within double quote we are mentioning this, and here we'll just simply take this for click purpose, and here we have to say just this. Okay, now the moment I click, the moment I click, it should capture this time. That's right. Just 1 second. Line of code.
Makan, for me it's working, but you need to remove that semicolon.
Which one?
For me it's working. Okay, that 38 column no solid green semicolon you have to remove. Try that one. After green,
No,
there's
no.
a semicolon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, remove that one. Try.
This one you are saying?
Yeah, I tried in other website. It's working now. I tried. Okay, same syntax I wrote on, but I removed that semicolon.
I have already. Let me check this. I'll just show you. It should work. Okay. So this is the line of code.
I pasted. See, this is what I wrote in.
Second, it will work. This one. So let me just comment this line of code. Okay. So let's. Okay. So here what I'm going to do is this is the click for any element, and here we are just draw the border using this. Okay. Now give me some weight also. Okay, to load the page. So driver dot manage dot timeout dot page load timeout. So we are giving duration of seconds. So basically 10 seconds we are giving to load the page first and then to interact with the element. Okay. So let me close this one. And now if I run it, now you see, so this become green now. If you want to put red, right? For example, red. Now, so basically you do not need to perform any click action on this. Okay, just you have to just find the locator and it will point to the locator, and then what happened, it will go on this locator, it will not perform any click action, it will just find the locator, and based on your line of code it will just perform the action whatever. So now this time it should create a border as a red. Now this time it's coming red, right? So this is what we can do. Okay, now let's comment this line of code also. So I'm just removing all the this one which not required. Okay, so this is done. Now how to zoom? Suppose this is my page, right? For example, till index. So this is my page. So I want to zoom, you know, so make it smaller at 50%, for example, right? So how to do that? Or maximize 70 at 75%, how to do that? That only possible using JavaScript executor. Okay, zoom in, zoom out thing. So let's see the zooming. Zoom web page. Okay, now for this again, one line of code, js dot execute script, and here we'll say document dot body dot style. It's very difficult to remember. That's why I kept my notepad. If I don't remember, then I will open that. Document dot body dot style dot zoom equal to, then it would be suppose I want 50%, right? So 50%, and this is my line of code. So basically what is happening? So document dot body dot style dot zoom at 50%. Okay, and it should zoom to 55 like this. Okay, let's see this. So let me run it. Okay, let me check. It should work anyway. Syntax wise, no issue. Document dot body dot style dot zoom 50%. And let's first it will maximize the browser. Now you see it's zooming at 50%. Okay, so based on your requirement, you can do it like 75% or 50% or whichever. Okay, now this is the zooming thing. Okay, and another one is there. For example, you want to see the height or weight of the web page, for example. Okay, so how to do it? Return height and width of web page basically. So how to do that? Again, I'm saying system dot, because I need to get the output, right? So system dot out dot println. I'm saying js dot execute script. Okay, and here I need return. Okay, return window dot inner height semicolon, and this I need to store, convert to string. Okay, so now this line of code will give me the height of the web page. Now let's check it. Okay, we have not commented the zoom line. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now this is our height 612. Okay, similarly, to get width of the page is we have to just say here width. Now just run it. Now I'm just commenting this line of code. Now just run it. Now go to the IntelliJ. Now you see 6121366. Okay, so this is how we get the height and width of the page. Okay, now the next one is how to scroll vertically. Okay, till the end. Suppose this is my URL. Let me make it 100%. Okay, now this is, you can see the scroll bar, right? So how to scroll down, for example, how to scroll down, that will do. How to scroll down to the end of page. Okay, now second one line command code. So JS.script Now here we will say, so basically this is, we are doing vertically, right? Vertically. Vertically we are doing it. Okay. Now JS.execute script, and here within the bracket we have to pass window dot scroll scroll by. Okay, so this is the scroll by, and within this one you have to say 0, again document dot body dot scroll scroll height. Okay, height, height, and here we have to close this bracket, then close the statement. So this is the line of code JS dot execute script, and here we have to pass window dot scroll by. Here it will start with 0, and document dot body dot scroll height. Okay, so 0, why we put 0? Because we want to go till the end of the page. Okay, that's why you put 0. Now let me run this. So 0 again, it's a statement, a line of argument. Okay, so we have to pass 0. So 0 if you pass, then it will go till end. Okay. Similarly, we have scroll up, that we'll see after this execution. So now it will first maximize the window, and it is going down, right? Now you can see this is coming here. So this is what. Now we have another one, scroll up. Now suppose you have done with all
Then
the,
you can say if we need to scroll till the specific, like it's the 50% of the page, like then what?
yeah, that also we can do based on our requirement. So 0, that's why I say when you say 0, right, it will reach till end. Okay, that we saw. So 50%, 25%. So that also we can do it. Okay, that also we can do it. Suppose I want to scroll till this position, right? Here, for example, that also you can do it. But I'm just giving you the idea. So this is only the line of code. You have to just suppose I'm saying, for example, I don't want to do experiment now, but anyway, we'll see later this one. Okay,
Okay.
just I'm going completing this one. Okay, now how to scroll up? That we'll see now. How to scroll up? Okay, so basically scroll up on top. Suppose I want to come here till, okay, for example. Now, same line of code only, just we have to copy. And here what we have to mention is this document you see, right? So it should be minus documents. So the moment you write 0 that minus document, again it will go up. Okay? So let's run both of these codes. So it will work. Let me run it.
I think we need to give some weight between this.
No, we have given 10 seconds of wait here to load the page. That should be enough because we are not performing any action, right? So basically just zooming like page scroll up, scroll down. Should be okay, I guess. Yes,
I think you add a
okay,
thread here, Makan, in between that up and down.
let's try that one.
Yeah. Just give 5 seconds to show.
Driver dot manage dot timeout dot wait duration of seconds, 5 seconds. If this time it doesn't work, then we'll take another URL web page and see. Yeah, it's coming. You saw not? Okay, let me. So basically, I will instead of this, I will put thread. So this is hard coded. Thread dot sleep. Thread dot sleep. That's not. set dot sleep, and I'm putting 10 seconds. Okay, so here you see the error. You have to just add the exception on main method. Now it will get here, it will add the exception. Okay, now we have given 10 seconds of wait, and we'll see both how it works. Let's run it. Actually, it works too faster. That's why we didn't understand whether it works or not. That's why we put some amount of wait. So we'll see both. First, this line of code should scroll down, and after 10 seconds, it will scroll up. So now it's launching. It will maximize the window. Now it is going down and coming up. Okay, it's faster like little bit, so that's why. So it is working. Don't worry, it's working. Okay, now let's do another one to navigate. Suppose you want to navigate to an URL. Okay, how to do that? So again, js.execute script. Here again, you will say window dot location. Okay, so basically, dot location is referring to the another URL. So window dot location equal to, here you will put your URL. Okay, suppose I want to launch Google Chrome, sorry, Google page. For example, this is my Google, right? So I'm just closing both of this, and this is my Google. Okay, it should be single quote, not double quote. Let me see. Where's the error? Okay, 1 second. So here you have to just paste first this and this. Okay. So within single quote, you have to just pass the new URL and you have to close the statement. Okay. Now let's run. So first it will open this URL, then it will move to the Google one. Anyway, this thing we can do using Selenium, but for your understanding, you should know this like this all approach we can use using JavaScript execute. Now see, it's coming to Google page. Okay. So this is what the JavaScript executor, all these things. We have few more, which I will show you later, because those are a little bit different from this one. So that's why these are the basics. Okay. Zooming, paste, scroll up, scroll down, and all. These are the basics, and few more are there. Like suppose your element, you locate, this is your, for example, this is your web element. Let me open this URL. So this is your, for example, this is your URL, and what happens in real time example, for example, you have to first scroll, which we have covered, right? And first you have to scroll it, then you have some element, okay? You have to perform click action or something. So there are some methods are there, like using JavaScript, we can scroll down till and to the particular element. So those things we'll cover, okay, in our next session. So these, whatever I have covered, right? These are the basics. Like you should know. Okay, zoom in, zoom out, and all. Scroll up, scroll down. These things are basic one. Okay. Now,
Sorry. Say now we have used for one say example you are using the JavaScript executor. After
mhm.
a bit you need to use a Selenium normal like driver.xpath.
Yeah,
So
that's fine.
that we can do it, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can do both in one program. That's not a problem.
Okay, because like while doing some case you told that I think we used we used both the cases like in the
No,
click
no.
action. Right?
Right, right. So what basically we did, we have written one line of code JavaScript executor, then implemented some click action, right? So
Mm.
real time we don't do that because we only go for JavaScript executor when your normal click action or all the send keys, right? These things are not working. That time we go with the JavaScript executor, basically
Yeah.
for clicking or entering some data. So obviously in that case we are not going to use that. That will not even work, right? So yeah. But
That,
yes, in a single program, either you can create an object of JavaScript executor and perform JavaScript executor all the actions, or at the same time normal Selenium methods also work, but not mix in both in one line of code. That
okay.
I'm saying.
And
Okay, and
like
these are, yeah, good.
yeah, oh, sorry. Say example, if you are inputting some element and you couldn't find that particular XPath, right? Like that element, then we can we use JavaScript executor to enter the element to like to send the
Uh,
keys?
yeah, so basically, yes, so basically for that we have a lot of approaches. So we have, some action class we covered, right, last time.
Hmm.
So on that we can do it. Okay. Action class also we have performed. So first of all, you should understand one thing, that is your locator is okay or not. For example, okay, if your locator is not okay, then any of this will approach will not work. Okay, first thing. And for second thing, entering things and all also we have, all other approaches we can do that as well. Okay. So JavaScript basically we use, if I don't know whether uh, in our notes I have mentioned all the actions, right? What we can perform. I think, let me check. What are the actions can perform? I have already posted last time. Okay, so perform click action, typing text field, right? This can be done using JavaScript executor.
Okay, okay, okay. That you sent some 8 to 9 points, right? Okay.
Right, right. So these things we can do, and we have like covered all of this. Zooming, scrolling, navigate to different URL, get URL. So you can perform. So normally, if suppose I want to enter something, it is not working with the JavaScript, like normal send keys, right? In that case, we can go with JavaScript execute. Okay, that we can do it.
Okay. And
So we
basically we
say
need to remember all those things like the one code that won't
no,
populate.
this thing you will not remember. So because initially, like it's very difficult because if you don't use real time, right, it's very hard to remember. But you can note it down somewhere, and whenever you are going to use, and when we'll complete the framework things, right, that time
Mm.
we'll have a separate class for JavaScript executor. So we are
Okay.
not going to hard code it on our program. We'll create an object for JavaScript executor class, and we'll call all the required methods what we are going to use. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But we should have in our framework, we should have JavaScript executor, action class, all these methods should be present. So that we'll cover, don't worry, when we'll cover the Selenium, like framework design. Okay, we'll see that. But basically, you should know each and everything from automation point of view. Okay. Yeah, Raghu is saying something.
Yeah, bro. So same, you said right. We cannot remember all these things, so we can keep it in somewhere, and whenever we need, we can call, right?
Yeah,
Like
Ram, that is
click
true.
or highlight.
That
This all like means we can reusable, right? This all
Right,
methods.
right. These all, see, this is not a good practice, right? We are, because I am doing here because to understand. If you don't understand the basic concept only, if I
Correct.
call from other, class or object, it's very difficult to understand. How does it works? Now, here I'm mentioning line by line so that you can understand. You can at least remember 20% or 30%, right? Okay, if I
Yeah.
say border, you will remember. Okay, border means something is drawing, right? Or when I say inner weight, right? Height or something. So you can think, okay, this is JavaScript executor. So if I don't write here and keep it in some method, obviously you will only remember the method name, not the internal implementation, right? So
Yeah.
now here you can see like document, okay, minus document. If you see anywhere in the program, minus document, it will click on your, okay, minus means something zoom in, zoom out concept. That means scroll up, scroll down concept. When I say the 50% okay, means it's going to be minima, like zoom in, zoom out. So
Yeah.
that's why I have written here. But yeah, framework when we'll design that framework, real time also you can use it. Okay, from
Okay.
GitHub you can just get get it. Okay, now we are done with the JavaScript executor. There are few more which I will cover. I will cover later. Okay, not now. Now we'll talk about. Now this one also not required. Let me just close it. So now I'm going to cover another important thing. Is called how to handle frame or iframe. How to handle frame or iframe. So in any web page, okay, basically there would be some frame or iframe. Okay, it is designed in HTML page. So how to handle in Selenium? Normal approach will not work. The normally what you just try to click or enter something on the some field. Suppose this is something entering, right? So if it's a frame or iframe, so in Selenium you can't you know get into this particular text field. Okay, so for that we have to first find out the frame, okay, or iframe is available or not. So basically frame is a HTML tag. So let me open one URL for you so that you can understand. So for example, www.creative.com. This is a very good example. So this is rediff.com. Now you can see this NSC, right? So the moment you click on this NSC, right? For example, the value or the NSC, it's opening in a different window, right? And this is considering as money.rediff.com. So basically, if you want to do automation, right, it's not possible, right? Because the moment suppose I want to do some action on the NSC or some other field also, and if it's opening some window or tab, new tab, so that we can't do. Now, how we can confirm is there any iframe or not? So that also you can do. Just inspect, and here the element where you just find, use find, and just use anchor tag and say iframe. And see there are 13 iframes. Basically, it could be a new window or new tab. Just 1 minute. Sorry, guys. Okay, so basically, it has the iframe, right? There are 13 iframes. So that is why you have to first see how many iframes are there and all. Okay, so iframe also as a like it's also tag. Okay, it's a tag only, right? Iframe is tag, then frame is also one tag. So in this case, frame is not there, but iframe is there. So iframe or frame. Okay, so basically in this case, how to do? So for example, let me draw one thing. So for example, this is my web page. Okay, so this is my web page basically, and suppose it has one frame. This is frame. This is one frame, and this is another frame, and this is also another frame. Okay, so it's now there are three frames. Okay, so these are considered as a frame. Now iframe, how it works? So frame, this frame, right? This frame, they will say this is iframe because frame under one other frame. Okay, that's how they design iframe. For example, so this is my, it can be my iframe. This is a frame, or this is also can be iframe. But overall, this is one frame. Okay, that that is also possible to design HTML page, frames, iframes, and all. Like frame under another, like one frame under there is another child frame. You can say the child frame. These are the child frame. These are the parent frame. So this is considering as a iframe. These are iframe. So means one parent can have multiple child child, iframe. Okay. Now this is the frame. Okay, and based on this tag also, any web page, any random any web page you go, you may or may not see this iframe. Okay, but there may be possibilities to see at least one iframe. Okay, like any shopping domain or some other, or Facebook, all these things, you will get some iframe. Okay, so how to do that? How to handle the iframe things? So basically, we have a syntax for iframe. If suppose assume you have iframe, okay, you have to manage. So you have to say driver dot switch to frame. Okay, this is what the frame. This is the method we use in Selenium. Switch to frame. Okay, this is the method. Okay, now let's go and see this one. For example, we'll open real-time example. Not real-time means it will give more clarity. So let me get it down. Let me dot selenium dot dev. Open this selenium dot dev. Okay, so this is my Selenium page, and now I'm just going to download or documentation. Let's go to documentation, and here, for example, API is there somewhere. API is down. Okay, let's see here. So this is my page, and let's see. Let me inspect. So here, this is my list. First, let me find out any iframe. No iframe in this. Okay, let me find out more. Selenium tab. 1 second. This. Okay, we have to go to the Selenium. Yeah. Okay, this was actually on the thing. Okay, so for example, this is one page. Okay, so if I just inspect here and if I simply do iframe, I do not see any iframe here. That's fine.
Bro, I
But
just pinged on the link. Open that one.
okay, same one only or what? Okay, yeah, this one only I was thinking. Yes. So for example, let me open to Chrome. So basically, this is one URL, okay? And for example, I want to see how many I. So for that, if I just say I frame, right? You see there are 3 iframe. So basically, this complete, right? This complete, see, this complete is considering as a frame. Okay. If you see here, it start the tag name is iframe. So the moment you see iframe, anything you write in Selenium, it will not work because it's in a different frame altogether. So I have drawn this one, right? So this will consider as a frame. So you have to handle the frame things. So quickly, create one class iframe demo. Okay, let me take all the methods, all the this one main method, and now
No other packages are required, right? It is by
no no
default
no
in the
no no
OpenQA Selenium.
sorry, no package. This is just an example of like having frame. Okay, you can have any URL. That's fine. We don't need any package and all. Okay, so first it will maximize, and also I am putting some weight time load. Let's put time load. Okay, now this is done. Now how to handle this? So basically, suppose you want to switch to any of this. So these are considered as a frame. This is another frame, and this is also one frame. So there are 3 frames under the web page. So this, you can see this highlighted is considering one frame item. These packages, all these are considering another frame, and this, the third one is considering as also one frame. Okay. Now suppose I want to switch to first frame. For example, which is my first frame? This is packages is my first frame, right? So how to switch? So for this, we have, just let me some note. Switch to first frame using index. Okay. So using index, we can switch to frame. So
Yeah,
now
like,
we finalize.
I'm sorry. By default, it would always be in the first frame, right? What I understand.
No, we'll switch to any frame. Okay, you can
Yeah,
switch
yeah.
to
Like
any
I'm
frame.
asking, like as soon as you are
Ah,
loading a page, right? It should
ah.
be in some, like say there in this example is three frames. So by loading the page, like by default, it should be in one of the particular frame, right?
See, when it's loading, by default, every iframe will load, right?
Hmm.
So it's not something it will always directly point it to the first frame or second. We can decide based on index. Suppose if you want to go to second, then you will put second. Okay, third also we can put it. So first we have to finalize. It is not driver support is not like that. Driver dot find element. It will first if it has a similar two element, it will interact the first one, not that concept. Okay, because these all are considering a independent frame altogether.
Okay.
Okay, so it's nothing with the default one or two or three. Okay, because everything is loaded in individually. It's not interdependent. Okay, in your this.
Okay.
So yeah, it will load default every page together, every iframe together. By indexing first, second, third, anything we can do it. Okay. So now I'm saying driver dot switch to. So this is the method switch to will help us to switch from one to another. Dot frame. Now you can see the index one, right? So here we'll pass the moment I will pass zero. You can pass one or two, right? So indexing position start with the zero. So the moment you say zero, that means it will interact to the first one. The moment I say one, it will interact to the second one. Okay. So here I'm saying, suppose I have to find element, right? Find web element, for example. So for that, I have to write driver dot find element. For example, I'm writing by dot. Here, if you see, these all are considering as a link list. Okay, link means basically these are the hyperlink. Basically, when you see these all are hyperlink. Okay, so if any hyperlink, right? So in Selenium we have a that hyperlink also. So whenever you see the hyperlink, so it will always start with the anchor tag A and href. So that means it's a hyperlink. Okay, basically. If the tag start with A and you see any URL kind of or HTML, then it is a link considering hyperlink. So we have a method for in Selenium by dot link text. Okay, so link text, and here within the double quote we have to pass the link text dot click. We have to perform click action. For example, I want to click on the first one, this, for example, or Selenium, or suppose this one. Okay, this one. For example, I want to click. So for this click, obviously I need this link text, right? So I can take this is the text. Okay, link text. When say link text, it should have a text as well. So we can use link text. Okay, link text means if it is a link, right? Basically, this is considered this is the link and text. Simple way, link text. Okay, now this is what first it will load my page, then switch to zero, and I have to click on this. Okay, now how to do that? Let's run it. Now you see it's clicked on the BD. You can notice, right? It's basic. It's click on the BD one. So that's how we have to interact. Now I want to switch to the second one, right? So Rakesh had a curiosity to understand this one. I will show you again. Suppose I'm just copying this line of code. Now second one, second frame using index. Okay. Now second frame. So our second frame, let me just close this. Our second frame is what iFrame. So this is my second frame. Interfaces classes is my second frame. Okay. Now second frame using index. Here we'll just say one. Again, we have to make click some action, right? So what we are going to do here from this, I have to click on commands. For example, this command. Again, this is a linked list, right? It starts with the anchor tag A, and you can see this is the HTML.html. So, and this is the text. Just copy this command text here and put it. Now, I'm just commenting the first one. Okay. Now let's see the second. So index we have changed it to one. One means the second one, right? Because its indexing start with the 0. Now let's run it. So basically, which one we command, right? Okay, let's the class command. Let me manually also let me check. Where is command?
I think after you click that Selenium BD, right, then you will get that command.
Okay. Yeah, it's coming same, right? Yeah. But basically, what is happening, it's first within we are still in this one, okay? Because once you click on BD and this command is this interface, all these things is a part of this one because we took wrongly. Okay, so let me close both of these and let me open this. So basically, I want for this abstract annotations, for example, from this, right? So let's just inspect this one. Okay, so this should be our second frame text, right? Let me just minimize and here I have to pass this. Okay, now let's run it. Now you see it's clicked on this one, right? Basically, I have not clicked. Okay. So this is how the interaction with the second one. Similarly, you can, if you change the index position to, and you go for this one, for example, this one, then uh, the no, which one we open, right? Not this one. Yeah. For example, you want to interact with the third one, then we can do same. So at the same time, one more thing is there. So this is my parent, right? This is my parent. Obviously, this is my parent. And also, this considered as a default content. Okay. So basically, there is one more thing. Suppose switch to main frame. Okay. Main frame or parent page. Okay. So we have another command called driver dot switch to dot default content. That means, for example, if you are suppose jump to this one, right? For example, this one, and again you want to, suppose you have done some activity here, then you want to switch to this one, and from there again you want to go to the your main, right? This main. Then for this we have command called driver dot switch to dot default. So it's parent frame or main window or page or something. Okay, this is how it works. So basically, switching frame, if you have any iframe things, it start with iframe tag. Definitely, normal approach will not work. In that case, you have to first switch to frame. You have to use. Okay, which frame that you have to find out. Okay, any action you want to perform, then which frame that also you have to find out. Okay, so we have covered last time. If you remember, child window, parent window concept, that we are okay, right? Suppose I click on some button and it is opening a new tab or new window. So that we saw. So similarly for this also, we have to finalize how many frames are there. The locator what you are entering, is it a frame or what? So suppose this search box, right? I want to see what is the tag name. If the tag name start with iframe, then definitely I have to first switch. So always coming to Rakesh question, when the page is loaded, right? Basically, when the page is loaded, it's actually loaded and it will be the default content. Okay, so we are not switching to any frame. So every page has HTML level has a default content, like it will be neutral. Okay, we are not shifting to frame 1 or 2 or 3. It would be on default place. So now if you want to navigate to 1 or 2 or many frames are there, like 10-15 frames will be there. So then you can perform this approach, switch to approach. But once you move to the frames and all, and now you just want to go to the default content. So basically this default content is I am out of all the frames or iframes. Okay, and I am just landing on the web page. That's it. So not shifting to any frame, iframe and all. Okay, it's neutral for everyone. Now I'm neutral for every iframe. Now, if you want to interact this child or this child or this child, please go and use this switch to implementation. Then only you will be able to. Okay, so this is default content is means it's on the top of all the child iframe or frame. Okay, this is what. Now, just last thing I will cover for today from iframe. So suppose find and switch, which okay, find and print. Suppose find and print total number of iframe. Suppose you want to first check, okay, instead of manually, you want to check using program. So how to do that? So driver dot switch to this is method, and first we'll go to the default content, right? Because we have to be neutral for all our child. Then we'll say int. Suppose I am creating a variable number of iframes. Now here I'm saying driver dot find element by dot tag. Tag name we can use, right? We know the tag name. What is our tag name? What is our tag name on this URL? With
It's iframe, frame.
iframe, not frame, iframe only, right?
Iframe.
And the
Yeah.
tag.
Sorry, yeah.
So we have to just say the tag name and dot size method. So it will print the list of all the size. Okay. System.out.println. Now I'm saying number of iframes and number of items. Okay, this is just a message purpose I am putting, and this is what. Okay, what is the error here? In number of iframes equal to driver dot find elements. Okay, it should be find elements, huh? And I told you the difference between find element and find elements, right? It will give you list of all
All the elements, which is
elements,
of
right?
tag name iframe.
Yep. Dot size. Okay. Now this line of code, let me comment this all of this. I don't want this, right? So just quickly you want to check how many iframes available. Just I will run this and I will get all the name. So this is what you have to do when you don't know how many, iframes are available on this. So just write 3 line of code and just run it. So you will see list all of this. Okay. But yeah, this is what the concept. Switch to is a method. Switch to dot frame is a method to uh, handle with the iframe. So you have to remember that. And based on index position, we can go with index position. That's a very simple. That's why I prefer index position. So once you know the number of iframes, you can go with the index position. Now let's go to our see. Manually also we check there are 3. Here also it is coming. There are 3, right? So there is no hidden nothing else. You will get exactly how many iframes are available. You will exactly get this. Okay. This is how you have to check number of iframes available on the web page. You should to remember this. So int, why int? Because we have to store, we have to get the size, right? So we are considering int. In number of this, driver dot find elements, then use the tag name and the tag name what it is iframe dot size. So size is written the number of iframes. Okay, basically. So it will give the size and that's it. Okay. So for today, we have done with the JavaScript executor, all common, activities, actions, how we perform. So in our next session, we'll continue how to scroll on web page. Okay, how to scroll, like basically using JavaScript executor. Okay, vertical scroll down 100 pixel, 200 pixel, which Rakesh asked, right? So that is we are going to cover on our next class. Okay, and also we'll see how to handle automatic like date picker and things. How to handle that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then. So I'm stopping.